Year with us, and tonight we have our President Jim Brown with us, as well as our Executive Vice President of the Americas and Europe, Jeannie Price, joining us. And so I can see the numbers are continuing to grow. Thanks everyone for joining us. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. Whether you're north or south of the border, we have one amazing call for you tonight. And what I can definitely share is we also have one big united goal in mind as we head into 2021. And ultimately, that's to keep Dr. Wentz's vision alive in creating the healthiest family on earth in every possible way. And obviously, that begins with each and every one of you. So I guess, I want to kind of kick this off along with Lori just to say, despite a really challenging year around the world with the pandemic, both Lori and I and our respective teams truly could not be more proud as we watched all of you rally, support, and encourage, not only each other, but all of your customers too. So a big bravo to everyone joining us tonight as we kick off the new year together.
So tonight we are joining forces and kicking off the new year with some fun, inspiration, and training. We have some fabulous speakers lined up, beginning with our Executive Vice President of Sales from the Americas and Europe and ANZ, Jeannie Price, who will reflect back on our successes of 2020, followed by our President, Jim Brown, who will share how we're planning for an exciting 2021 ahead.
Absolutely. And then in addition, after we hear from Jeannie and Jim, our USANA sales trainers, TJ Hendrickson and Allison Savard will share some juicy details of some of the exciting incentives we have lined up to help you kick off your business nice and strong this year. And while promotions are super wonderful and we know you absolutely love them, we all know they really take flight and become super powerful when you know how to work them in your business. And we have two fabulous leaders with us tonight, the amazing Lindsay Hardy and Margarita DeFranco, who are going to share their tips and training on how to truly leverage our reset offers to the fullest with your customers. So I'm super excited.
Very excited. So without further ado, let me introduce you to our Executive Vice President of the Americas, Europe, and ANZ. Jeannie, she is a seasoned direct selling professional with more than 26 years of leadership experience in large, mid-size, and startup companies. She brings a wealth of expertise in sales management, marketing, international and multicultural expansion, and product development. She began her career at Mary Kay, working in various international marketing roles and formed part of the expansion team. Jeannie also she owned her own company and wanted to empower other women. And so she opened up her own company and owned that for 8 years. She also held the position of general manager for Omni Life, where she worked with Canada and Mexico and oversaw international expansion efforts. Her most recent position was with a highly respected network marketing consulting company. And Jeannie is fluent in Spanish, French, Italian, and can also speak German. She's based out of Dallas, Texas, and just has been a great addition to the USANA family. So please join me in welcoming Jeannie.
Oh, hi, everybody. Hi, Lori. Thank you so much. I just love all these virtual meetings and sometimes the technical challenges that we have, but here we are. It's just so excited to be with everybody. I'm seeing all the chats, everybody coming in. So welcome everybody, super excited. And look, I want to just spend a couple of minutes sharing with you some exciting highlights of 2020. Needless to say, 2020 was it was just weird. There's just not a good way of putting it. But as I was reflecting this afternoon and trying to come up with, just a good word, a good way to describe what you in particular, our associates, our leaders did in 2020 is courage in action, because honestly, our world and your world was completely turned upside down. And you didn't just sit, you adapted, and you had a tremendous amount of courage, and you put that courage into action. And while the world outside was falling apart, guess what? You went to work. And 2020 was an amazing year in North America, throughout all of our USANA markets, but in North America in particular. So courage in action, 2020, and I think it's that courage is going to continue to take us into 2021. So I'd like to share just a few stats of all of the amazing things that you did in the era of COVID. So if we can go to the next slide, please. All right, so key stats, and I love that we're using, we're doing this event as a North America event because, there's a lot of uniqueness in the markets, but there's a lot of similarities, right? And the proximity of the borders and cross-border activity, we felt that this was just a great way to share in the results together. So let me just give you some statistics. In 2020, we had over 42,000 new associates that joined USANA in the US and Canada. For Canada, that represented a 30% increase compared to 2019. And in the US, that represented a 20% increase. That is amazing, amazing, amazing. It is courage in action. In addition, rank advancements were up across North America with very strong double-digit growth that honestly we haven't seen in a long time. So kudos to everyone on this call and your teams and everything, all the hard work that you did to make 2020 an amazing success. Next slide, please. So obviously, for those that got an opportunity to see the USANA Talk series that David and Kevin were just in, you heard the focus on customers, and we've been talking about customers, right? And as the world around us, what happened with COVID is the moment we got locked up, we went online and we started connecting with consumers who were more open than ever to hear about health and wellness and how to take care of themselves and how to take care of their immune system. So you enrolled over 69,000 new preferred customers throughout North America. In the United States, that was a 104% increase compared to 2019. Wow, congratulations. And also in Canada, amazing, 41% increase in preferred customers enrolled. Now, if you really step back a minute and think about what that did to your business, what that's doing to the USANA brand and the name recognition and more people getting connected, right? Because more people are interested in health and wellness more than they've ever been before. And you can see that reflected in these statistics. So amazing, amazing work, North America. Again, courage in action. Next slide, please. So the other thing that happened, and you all know this very well, I mean, here we are having a virtual kickoff event, right? We can actually say that USANA is now truly a global e-business. What happened is with COVID and the lockdowns and people were forced, all of you, many of you had to, again, courage and action. You had to get out of your comfort zone. You had to connect online. You have to figure out how to do Zoom calls and Facebook Lives and everything else. And what that did in connecting, creating those virtual connections that became oh so powerful. And now where we are today is we have an amazingly competitive e-business opportunity that is so relevant to today's environment and the gig economy. It's what people are looking for, and you have it. Now, what that means also in terms of what we did in USANA, we had the first ever inaugural virtual convention for the Americas in Europe. That was USANA's first ever virtual convention. We had over 15,000 people in attendance. Again, we pushed the boundaries to ways that we didn't know, right? And so we learned some things, we adapted, and here are the amazing results. Here's something else, and this is really a tribute to the leadership of Lori and Tracy and the sales team in both markets. There were 815 virtual trainings in 2020 across 4 languages. That's more than 2.5 trainings per day. If you think about it, it's amazing. And you saw us kick into gear, right? So just like we knew we had to figure out, we couldn't go on trips, we couldn't go on in-person meetings, we had to go online. And online we did in 815 virtual trainings, and they're happening everywhere. These don't account, of course, for all of the things that you're doing yourself. So if we were to add yours, I mean, we would be looking in the thousands of virtual trainings. We also launched the Refer a Friend program. Again, very on trend. People want to be rewarded for referring people to products that they love. And here we are. It's new, it's happening. You're going to continue to see a lot of excitement around this program, a lot of promotion around it, but it's just a fabulous program. The other thing we did is we opened up cross-border preferred customer enrollment not only between the US and Canada, but across the USANA world, where across all of the regions in the Americas and Europe, and ANZ. So what that has allowed us to do, and you to do, is now not only can you sponsor a new associate, but now you can enroll customers. It's a fabulous program. Again, just another sign that we are a true e-business at a global level. Our Business Accelerator bonus, obviously you all know that, you all loved it, everybody loved it. That was amazing. It was a game changer for 2020. We continue to see tremendous benefit out of that program. And then wrapping up would be the USANA Talk series. So you've seen us, kick into gear in communicating with you in different ways, right? Trying to figure out how we can virtually, through video, through more exposure to different executives from the company, and building new ways to connect with you. Again, I mean, look, now it's almost like a podcast. If y'all just finished watching, the talk series with Kevin and David, and then it's a wonderful platform for us to do recognition. We did that one with Jericho out of Canada. So just, again, some great new ways of doing business. And like you heard Kevin, look, we are progressing. We are moving forward. We are going big places. USANA is just starting in North America. We have to remember the opportunity is incredible, incredible. And those of you that are part of USANA today, you will reap the benefits. So again, courage in action, congratulations. Thank you so much for all of your efforts, your persistence, and that amazing courage that got us to where we are. So with that, now we get to talk about 2021 and what is in store. And it's my absolute pleasure to introduce our president, Mr. Jim Brown, amazing guy who knows operations inside and out, and who's just leading us in just a tremendous way. So thank you, everybody, again, and over to you, Jim.
Well, thank you, Jenny, for the introduction, and I'm excited to be here with the group. I it's interesting to, you did a great summary of 2020 and what's happened there. I wanted to talk just a little bit about that as well. This is a great slide that represents 2020, kind of with toilet paper and everything else up there. But the thing that I say, you said courage and action is fantastic. I just thought that the thing that impressed me most about USANA around the world and North America, of course, is the way that we adapted very quickly to the situation. It became virtual, like you talked about, virtual meetings and everything else. And that's what kept our momentum going. When I looked at back in April and March, when we were talking to Wall Street, because we're publicly traded, we were talking about a downturn and how that would be. It was amazing in the third quarter of last year, we were able to up our guidance compared to what we expected. And the top end of our guidance was $1.15 billion, which is amazing, our best year ever. And of course, we're publicly traded, so I can't tell the secrets of how we ended up, but we're on a positive momentum, and that should go into our numbers. So again, we had a great year in 2020. When I look at leadership and what's driving the country forward, our countries forward, the reality is our core values are extremely important. So this slide, the things that I'm missing right now is probably what a lot of us are missing, especially if you've won trips in the past, growth trips or whatever. It's our ability to get together as a group and do cool things. And this is me in Macau at one of our conventions, and I can't wait. Hopefully the end of 21, we'll be able to do some traveling again together. But the middle of the slide, the core values, is what's extremely important to us. And I always want to talk about our core values when we're meeting as a group. So integrity, excellence, community, and health is USANA's 4 core values. And what's important is that stretches from the 1,900 or so employees that we have as a company across the 650,000 associates that we have around the world. What I see when I travel and meet with everybody is people who have adopted those same values or have those values in themselves. And I think that's what makes USANA strong. And that's what got us through our year in 2020. Now, I was asked to talk a little bit about strategic initiatives, and I'll talk about that at the end. But another thing is leadership. And everyone on here is a leader at some degree. We have diamonds on the call all the way down to people who are starting off at a much lower level. But what makes you grow as a company, especially as your organizations grow, is leadership. And you'll find out as you grow that you do less day in and day out, moving the ball forward. It's your team that does that. And being a great leader is what motivates that team. So I wanted to talk a little bit about a tool that we use at USANA at the home office. And some of the people have seen this because I've talked about it in some meetings we had at the end of the year. But it's a tool called CAS, and it represents keep, accelerate, start, and stop. And it's really a simple way for you to work on yourself. And what we want to do at USANA is literally work on ourselves as leaders to become better leaders. And it takes time and effort. So this is literally a one-pager that we put together on each of our executive teams, starting executive directors and above. And it's actually gone further than that in our organization. And then underneath each one, you put 5 to 8 items that you'll work on monthly, quarterly, and throughout the year. And this working document changes as the year goes on. So I'm gonna kind of go through some of the ones that we have. So for me, under keep, there's really 2 things on here, and I just talked a little bit about it, but it's presenting our core values. What we want to do is make sure as a company that we bring like-minded people in who will then share USANA's vision. And I think people have asked, why would that be on there, sharing USANA's vision? Because it sounds like something very simple. But what ends up happening if you're not careful is you get into your day-to-day routine and you get so focused on small things that in the end, you're not thinking big picture, and how we're really changing people's lives is giving them a wealth and health opportunity. And that's what's important. So that's why it's on my keep. If I move forward to accelerate, so for me personally, this would be one for me, and that's developing softer leadership skills. And I've been asked to do 3 types of courses annually, and that could be for the leadership team here, that could be USANA conferences or calls like we're doing here. For me, I'm probably going to go to a Harvard strategic leadership weekly meeting or weekly seminar in a few months. and it could be reading books or whatever it is. But again, one of the biggest things that you want to do as a leader is work on yourself. And then once it's specific to my team, this is kind of a COVID related one, but it's addressing supply chain challenges around the world. So the 24 markets we're in, and we've seen some issues. We've seeing some in Canada right now that we're addressing very quickly, but we've struggled with COVID and getting some of our raw materials, which has an impact around the world. We've seen it more in some of our Asia Pacific countries in October timeframe that we're working on. But trust me, as a team, we're working to solve those as quick as we can. Next is start. And this is interesting. One of the things that we found with COVID is the home office, our corporate team really wasn't good at working from home. We hadn't experienced that, where almost everyone on here is doing their business from home at some level. You're probably experts compared to us. And what we saw was that when we took away people driving to work and then driving home, that was the beginning and ending of their day. So they had to define work hours. Whether we set hours or not, they defined it themselves. And what we've seen is that with COVID and people working from home, we start earlier when we get up and check our phones, and then we go later in the night. And we were seeing kind of a bad work-life balance trend happening at the home office. So what I've been trying to talk to the executive team is to make sure that we really set our schedules to make sure we have a life besides USANA. Now, as the president of the company, I want our executives to work a lot and hard and everything else. But what's important in the end is the reason we're working is to have a great life and to enjoy what we've built, which kind of leads me into my next slide. And this is what I call my David Mullum slide. If you've been on calls with David, he always wants me to put something family related in there. But this is kind of my why. This is my wife, Carrie, and my son, Brandon. And this is the reason that I work hard every day to make sure that there's an opportunity for my family. So I sometimes get a little emotional when I talk about it. Sorry about that. But this is the why for me, is to work hard and do USANA so that I have time with my family. And I think that should be part of everyone's why in the end, is to make sure that your balance is there. And, you know, I tell the story, and it just happened before the holidays, but my son was asked what he wanted to do when he grows up, and his answer was work at USANA. And I think that's very cool that he does it. Now, work at USANA for Brandon is a little confusing because he comes and sees me at conventions when people are taking pictures or I'm speaking on stage. So I'm not 100% sure if he knows what I do, but I think it's cool that he wants to work at USANA. And I tell people when they ask about, you know, I've been with the company about 15 years, and I will work at USANA hopefully till I retire. But I have to do something that I can be proud of, so that my family is proud of it and wants to join the company as well. So that's kind of my why and our start. Now, when you look at stop, it's interesting on a cast that you have to free up time to do it. To be a good leader, you have to literally put hours in each week to work on yourself. And one of the most important things, if you were to use this tool, CAS, is the stop. So you have to free up time in your day. And with me, what is down there that I'm talking to the teams about is non-productive meetings. What we've seen with COVID is a lot of Zooms, and we use WebEx, and a lot of time throughout the day devoted to meetings. And what's happening is we're literally being in the meetings almost all day if you're not careful, not having time to do other things. So it's very important to free up time. And so we're talking about non-productive meetings. And the other thing we're talking about is delegation, so that with our teams, we could delegate throughout the organization so they can grow, but it gives us an opportunity not to go to all these types of meetings and then free up time. But what I challenge you to do, if you use this tool, is to spend time at the beginning looking at your day-to-day operation, what you do day in and day out, and finding things that you can stop doing to then free up time for bigger picture items that's going to move the needle more long-term. So, trying to get the next slide. There we go. So that's CAS, and people ask, you know, on it from a CAS standpoint, how often is it updated and what you do with it. We update ours about monthly, but when you first started, you might update it weekly. And then there's usually big updates when something happened, like in February, March of last year when COVID really came around in North America. A lot of our strategic initiatives were changed, which would then go to this form to help us go in and out. But it's a working document, so as things come up, you change that. Or if you do accomplish something, because you can have specific tasks, you can then take those off and put something else on. But it's, again, a very good leadership tool that helps you day in and day out make sure that you have time to work on yourself, so that then in the end you can support your team even better. Now, I wanted to talk just a little bit about 2021, and I know you got some of this from Kevin. Two things that really are on there is the expectations that we have. And of course, from an expectation side, what I'd love to sit here and tell you is what we're expecting to do in sales. We have 650,000 customers and associates as of the third quarter this year, but we're publicly traded, so I have to be very careful about what I say. But the reality is we have positive momentum right now. We had a great 2020, and that positive momentum is going into 2021, and we already have plans throughout the year to help support the business, and there's no reason that we won't see 2021 being a growth year. So we're expecting growth from a top sales, but more importantly, that goes into having more associates and customers around the world, which again is sharing the USANA vision of the healthiest family on earth. The other thing that I was asked to talk a little bit about 2021 is active nutrition. So I'm not going to get too far into the details, but I'll just talk a little bit high level, because it's very interesting that it's going to be rolling out in North America first. Most likely in the second quarter is when the impact will be there, but some of it will be rolling out in March when it comes to trainings and the ability to see what's really coming. We have new powdered beverages. When I say new, I'll say additional powdered beverages that are low in sugar, because our plan is to keep Nutrimil, so we're not taking that away. So this would be additions to it, even though it's a separate program. We didn't want to take Nutrimil away. Maybe one day in the future we will, because this adoption's there to this, and that should be what happens. But initially, we're not going to do it. We have two bars that are going to come out of our USANA North facility, and right now we're working on the third bar. And our hope is to literally have 4 or 5 bars instead of 1 or 2 that we've had in the past. We have a digestive drink, and like I said, Nutrimil is staying. And then we're going to have a whole program that comes with like a recommendation tool, sales tools, of course, and assets to help you build or grow a business around our active nutrition. We've added a new nutritionalist, Shelly Baxter. She's new to that position, but not new to us. She was in our quality department running some systems. And we've added 2 new food scientists into R&D. And then we've talked about this a little bit, but we have USANA North. It's a facility that we purchased and built, the inside of that, so that our products will be coming from USANA in the future, just like our vitamins are. So we'll probably be more into the 90% range of products that are being produced at USANA, which is very important to our supply chain and keeping everything moving forward. So that's kind of the update that I had. And one of the things, again, I wanted to make sure I said was just a really big thank you. Our expectations for 2020 were really low when COVID hit, and it was just amazing to see the courage, as Jeannie put it, but to see everyone adopt and adapt very quickly and get online and start running their businesses. It wasn't our expectation that it happened that quickly, and I think that's what was the biggest impact that we saw last year, was communication and ways of learning to communicate with your groups and your teams in a different way very quickly. So with that, I say thank you very much, and really appreciate everything that's being done around USANA.
Thanks so much, Jim. We really appreciate having you on. I think you're giving a sneak peek into what is coming in 2021 and managed to blow up the chat with active nutrition. Yes, there is a lot of excitement. If you haven't seen the video that Jeannie, Jim, and Walter did on the new foods facility from convention, definitely go check that out. I believe you can find that in the hub. And it's a great opportunity to be able to see behind the scenes and the new facility that we've added at USANA Home Office. As he mentioned, that pumpkin spice NutriMeal that you just were able to purchase for a limited time, that was actually produced in the new facility, the new foods facility. And so we really appreciate Jim and him spilling the beans and giving you all a sneak peek into what's coming. We've got so many exciting new products lined up for 2021 that is going to explode your business. So thanks so much, Jim. As Jim talked about, one of the things that we love the most is getting together with our USANA family. That has always been a highlight for me, is traveling around, getting the opportunity to meet you, to be able to meet your family, your team, sit in your living rooms, but also to be able to travel and to be able to go on all of these great trips and celebrate the success for each of you. We have had to pivot a little bit over this last year, and we appreciate all of you that have earned these trips and accommodations that we have shifted with all of you. But as we go into 2021, we're really looking for the opportunity to be able to travel with you. We just finished up Elevate and Disney World, and we had so many of you achieve this great trip. And so we have our sales manager in the US, TJ Hendrickson, who is just phenomenal. TJ has been with USANA for many years. He actually was here. He started on the VIP customer service team first, moved to VIP, and then he ran the VIP team. He took a little bit of a sabbatical from USANA and went and got his executive MBA, and now he is back with us at USANA, and we couldn't be happier. And so TJ is going to share with you some exciting announcements.
Thank you very much, Lori. I'm very honored to be here tonight to share some exciting announcements around our next Elevate location. For those who have worked and have earned the last two Elevates in Cabo, or just like Lori mentioned, Disney World that we just ended, it creates a lot of momentum in your business. So we're very excited for this next trip. And let me make sure I have access to the screen to change the slides. We are so excited that our next trip will be in, oh, I went too far. Let me go. Let's see, maybe, there we go. To the Riviera Maya in Mexico. We are so excited about this. Now keep in mind that our spring qualification elevates are adult only. So this one is for adults, and then our fall, just like Disney World, was for family. Now our qualification periods for this trip is January 2nd. So we already started, and it goes until July 2nd of 2021. And so there's a lot of great things that are happening, just like Jim gave us a sneak peek of what's coming. A lot of great things that will help your business grow and help you and your team achieve this trip. Now, just like the Elevate qualifications in the past, this one is open to all associates in the Americas and Europe region. Now, this is the way you qualify is based off of the sales volume points from sales from new enrollments of associates and preferred customers. So that's all orders for your personally sponsored preferred customers and all orders from your personally sponsored associates. Now, just like the past, all these new enrollments must be in the Americas and Europe region. We have the 3 levels like we have in the past. I think they look a little different. So the level 1 is at 8,500 sales volume points. And what you earn with that is a reward for 2. So for accommodations in the hotel there for 2, you and a guest. Level 2 at 11,000 points, you get the accommodations for 2 and also an exclusive evening event with USANA executives. So can you imagine spending time with Jeannie and Jim and Kevin and others who might be there and have a special exclusive evening event with just them? But on top of that, you can, and I would recommend you just shoot for level 3 for 16,000 sales volume points, and you get the accommodations for 2, the exclusive evening event with USANA executives, and also an exclusive excursion, and also an upgraded hotel room. So amazing, amazing levels and rewards that you can earn. Keep in mind that the new associates or preferred customers that you enroll can contribute 1,000 points towards this incentive. So just keep that in mind. And then also with guests, you can bring a guest. If you have a co-applicant, business partner, or spouse, you can bring them. But if you want to bring another guest, they cannot be a USANA associate unless they are a direct family member. Now, just like with our other incentive trips, we have a choose your own reward option. And we want to let you know about this now because some of you may not sure if you want to travel. I know there's a lot of apprehension still there, or this may not be enticing to you. There may be multiple reasons why, or you just can't travel, but there still is an option for you. And so we want to let you know now that we have 4 options for this reward, this incentive trip. The first one is a cash payout. And you can see there the level 1 is $1,000. Level 2 is $1,250. And level 3 is $1,500. You can also choose a gift bundle, a shopping experience. And those will be gifts and bundles that are very similar to the cash payout option. And then also travel vouchers. So if you can't travel during this time, but you can travel later, the travel vouchers will be rewarded to the earners to specific hotel rooms or to hotels and destinations. And the nice thing about those is they do not expire. And then of course, our last option, which we would prefer, and we'd love to see you there in person to rub shoulders with home office staff and the executive management team and really other associates and learn from them and get to know them more, is attending the trip itself there in the Riviera Maya. Now, a few other things on the rewards and the details of it. It's going to be in November, the travel dates. It's going to be a 4-day, 3-night event. And as you can see there, we've already talked about the hotel accommodations, the exclusive training with your peers, and then also interactions with home office staff, the management team, and executive management team, and also other associates and top leaders, and not just in your country, but in the region. So if you're from Canada, you're able to rub shoulders with people in the US and Europe and Mexico, Colombia. A lot of other leaders will be there that you can learn from and get to know. Let's go over a few FAQs just to clarify for you. The first one, do my new signups or enrollments from markets outside the Americas and Europe count towards this incentive? And the answer is no. Of course, you can enroll them and they still count and help grow your business, but they do not count towards this incentive. The enrollments and the sales of products must be from the Americas and Europe region. Can I bring my USANA downline or upline as a guest? And the answer is no. Only if they're a direct family member. And then do my guests have to be 18 years or older? And the answer is yes. For this one, this is an adults only, so it's all attendees must be 18 years or older. And then can I pay for an additional guest or children? And the answer is yes and no. You can bring extra guests with you at their own expense as long as they're 18 years or older. And then the last one, can I buy into this event? And the answer is no. All those who will be attending this event will be earning it. So start thinking now. And Allison, who will be speaking to us next and introducing something exciting, there are a lot of exciting things that are coming that will help you earn this trip, grow your business, and create the healthiest family on earth. So Allison Savard will be introducing our 2021 Healthy Jumpstart. Allison is a sales manager in Canada. It has been so fun to, especially in COVID, we've been able to collaborate more with the Canadian sales team and work closely with them. And so I've really enjoyed getting to know Allison more, and I'll turn the time over to her.
Thank you, TJ. I've enjoyed working with you as well. It's been a great pleasure to come together as the US and Canada. And I hope you're all really excited about that new Elevate incentive. What an amazing opportunity for you to travel, or perhaps pocket your wallet a little bit if that's more of your thing. And now I am going to talk about a really exciting incentive that TJ and I have been working on. And it's that time of year again where your customers, maybe even yourself, have set forth some new year goals, right? Goals to improve on your lifestyle. So, oh, sorry, I jumped ahead there. I don't know how I jumped so far ahead. I apologize. I don't know what happened there. All right. I think there's a delay, Nathan. Can I just get you to take it over for me, if you don't mind? So as people are looking to improve their fitness levels and paying closer attention to their nutrition, we thought it would be really fun to hold an incentive that will allow you to support others in their goals and, of course, earn some amazing rewards along the way. So this incentive is a sales volume points, so SVP incentive, and it's featuring the foods category. And we've got some really incredible prizes, and I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. The incentive period runs from January 4th to the 22nd of 2021, of course, and it features the USANA food products and the limited time promotions. The rewards are based on total sales from personally sponsored associates and PCs, regardless of their enrollment date. And it's open to people in US and Canada. Now, please note, in order to qualify for this incentive, there is a minimum of 2 5-day reset kits, or in Canada, 90 sales volume points, or 120 sales volume points if you're in the US, cumulative. That's required to qualify. So here are exactly the products that you need to focus on over the next couple of weeks. Starting with our new promotions that we've just launched, our Nutrimeal Duo with a free blender bottle. And the next slide is our buy one, get one 50% off 5-day reset and the Reset Trio pack that runs till January 8th. And then we have all of our Nutrimeal gusset bags, as well as the single serve packs of Nutrimeal, the experience packs, the Shake It Up pack, the Healthy Start pack, and the Healthy Habit pack count as well. USANA MySmart products, where offered, qualify for this incentive as well. And finally, the USANA Whole Bio Microbiome Nutrition Bar qualifies as well. So, of course, your hard work is going to be rewarded. So I want to see you drop a 1 in the chat if you want to see what the prizes are going to be. We have tiered our level rewards. The only thing you have to determine is exactly where you are going to land. So weekly, our top 10 sellers will be rewarded with this beautiful USANA branded gym bag, as pictured here. And in order to share the love, you can only win once during this 3-week period. So you can only win the bag one time. Tier 3, for top sellers 11 to 15, we have created a beautiful business building pack sample pack valued at $286 US, perfect for building your customer base. This pack includes the Rev3 Energy Surge Pack, USANA Probiotics, Nutrimeal Single Serve Packs, Celavive Hydrating and Lifting Sheet Mask, and All About USANA Brochure Pack, as well as food guides. And then for our top 4 to 10 sellers, Tier 2, you will receive a $500 US gift card to be used towards the purchase of gym equipment so you can keep yourself in shape. And our top 3 sellers are going to receive a Peloton bike. What do you think? Can you get excited about this? I want to see it in the chat. Yes, let's get excited. So we are going to be reposting leaderboards within our respective social media groups. You can drop in there and chat. Check to see what's going on. The leaderboards of the top sellers are going to be posted in no particular order. So we are going to launch a date later in January at the end of the incentive that will announce all of our top winners. You'll have to join us to see if you won. And along this 3-week journey, we're also going to have a few more surprises in store. So be sure to check all of the details in respective social media groups and, of course, in the hub. To help you further your professional development, we are partnering up with our incredible research and development team, and we're bringing you some really incredible. All the webinars will be in Mountain, run for 20 minutes with a few minutes for Q&A after each, and we'll post those details in the social media platforms as well. While the webinars will be in English, translation will be available. We're starting on January 13th with Dr. Rob Sinnott on how to read product labels and master sugars. January 30th is Dr. Rachel Brewer, The Power of Circadian Rhythms. January 27th is Katie Burton. She's a Senior Manager of Product Development. She'll be talking about the importance of exercise. And February 3rd is Shelley Baxter. She's the Executive Director of the Global Nutrition Program, and she's going to talk about intuitive eating. Now let's go over a few of the FAQs to make sure that you really have this down pat. So first of all, I'll just get you to go to the next slide. What product sales count towards the contest? All SVP from the sales of qualifying food products to your new and existing preferred customers are counted. And this includes Nutrimeal Duos with the free blender bottle, the buy one, get one 50% off day reset, as I mentioned, Nutrimeal 9 serving bags, as well as a single serve 5-day reset weight loss jumpstart, as well as the Nutrimeal Free, the Reset Trio Pack, and the Nutrimeal Free Reset Trio Pack. The Shake It Up Pack, along with the 2 other packs that I mentioned earlier, are USANA Whole Bio Microbiome Nutrition Bars and the USANA MySpart. Next one, I sold some food products just outside of this contest date. Will they be counted? No. Only sales on qualifying items sold within the dates of the contest period from January 4th to January 22nd will count. Do I need to be active or commission qualified to participate? No. Great news is you can still participate in this contest, but you do need to be recognition eligible to participate in the contest. Do I need to make a purchase to participate in the contest? No, no purchase is required to participate. And the minimum amount of sales I need to generate in order to qualify, well, the minimum amount is 2 5-day reset kits or 90 cumulative sales volume points in Canada or 120 in the US to qualify. Does personal volume from qualifying products count towards the contest? No, personal volume does not count towards the contest. Now, as you are set to embark on this incentive, remember that the success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. That's what's going to get you there. And now I'm happy to be able to introduce you to a powerhouse team who are going to give you their insight on how you can set up a challenge and turn it into a community reset party, because everybody loves a party, right? We're going to talk about generating sales with the foods line and how to grow your business in the new year. Lindsay Hardy is an Emerald Director from Georgia who is a certified health coach and a personal trainer. She loves USANA and she knows the significant difference it has made in the lives of others. Margarita DeFranco is a Ruby Director from Ontario, Canada. She is a high energy fitness instructor who knows perfectly how to blend USANA with her business. Margarita believes in the power of the products and she's witnessed the results that can come from using them firsthand. Please help me welcome Lindsay and Margarita.
Hello, everybody. Happy 2021 USANA family. I am so excited to be here with you all, and type it in the chat box if you are pumped for 2021. Let me hear ya. Oh, here we go. Yes, love it, love it, love it. I'm super excited to be here. Let's get started. I'm going to share some great information with you to get your business rolling this year. There we go. All right, so let's talk about creating campaigns with all these new incentives that were just shared tonight. we have a lot to talk about and a lot to think about. And I hope a lot of you put pen to paper and started writing ideas that you could share with your team or your, close partners, or even thought about campaigns now that you can run with your own PCs, okay? Your own preferred customers and your own community. The purpose behind these campaigns is to create community and engagement and culture, which is huge amongst your PCs. Whether you have 5 or you have 500, you can still create that engagement and culture. You want to create a duplicatable system for your team. So we're going to talk about, hosting a virtual reset party and hosting a reset challenge, and how these systems are so duplicatable amongst your team, whether you are, 1 day into USANA or, 1 year or 10 years. Help customers achieve their goals. This is why we share. This is why we do what we do. Why we do what we love is sharing results, sharing solutions, giving people tools for their wellness toolbox so that they can thrive daily in health and wellness. More than ever, right? We saw the need last year. And by those stats, you can see that people are open to the power of cellular nutrition and healthy living. Build customer belief, right? Once your clients start to see the results, you're going to have incredible testimonies, and they are going to start sharing and referring clients to you, friends and family, because they want their loved ones to feel as amazing as they do. And of course, we're going to transition these customers to referral partners, raving fans, and perhaps even associates throughout this business building year, and by creating campaigns. So let's talk about virtual reset parties. We did this year amongst my incredible team. We really kind of took this concept and started to roll with it. And yes, it took a little bit of time to figure it out, but it was really exciting to do. So we hosted some virtual reset parties this particular summer, and I guess early spring, summer. So the purpose behind a virtual reset party, it's fun. It's an easy way to educate your community and guests and their friends and their family on the power of our reset programs, right? Whether it's the first phase, the 5-day reset, or whether it's the second phase of the reset program, the 28-day, right? The transformation, or if it's a or if you're talking about the reset maintenance program, which is the third phase of the reset program. So whatever it might be, we educated our communities on all 3 programs, starting with the 5-day reset on our virtual reset parties. Hosts, the best part are the hosts of these resets. So whether it's yourself as an associate or maybe a customer who's experienced the reset or wants to experience the reset, it gives them an opportunity to earn complimentary products. So we always gave our hostesses a hostess gift, and often it was a product. So we found that a lot of resetters started to, of course, refer friends and family. And as they transitioned into the reset second phase, the transformation program, or the reset third phase, the maintenance program, they wanted to purchase more products. So this was an exciting time for them to earn some complimentary. So the virtual reset party can be either through a Zoom link or by invitation only in a private Facebook group. And that's what we did this summer. All right. So let's talk about the steps to create your virtual reset party group. So we did a few this summer, but the first one we did is our summer ready reset party. And this was when a ton of our teammates, many of them are on the call right here tonight, right? We got Coach Pam and Lena and Nadine, a bunch of us. We hosted a summer ready reset party where all associates invited a ton of their community into this private Facebook group, okay? I also hosted many other private reset parties where customers who experienced the reset loved it. They actually wanted to host one for their community, their friends and family. So that, for example, I have one this upcoming week, Valerie's virtual reset party, and Valerie's now inviting a group of her friends to this private Facebook group, and we're going to do this reset party for her. Okay. So the first step is you want to create a Facebook group, name your group, create a cool cover for your virtual reset party, add a description to the group, invite the friends to the virtual party. Okay, so Valerie invited her core group of friends. She's got about 12 ladies joining in, right? And then of course this summer, when a bunch of us associates put it together, we invited all of our community to be added to this group. And of course, as soon as we did, we welcomed them with a post and a quick little video, and we pinned it to the top of the page. So hot tip, as I mentioned, always ask your resetters to host a virtual party and to help expand your network, okay? Because sometimes they don't think of perhaps a friend or family member that may benefit, but when you ask them, they'll start to come up with some ideas or some people, right, that will just sort of pop into their head that may want to learn. So always ask them to host a reset party, right? What's in it for them? An amazing complimentary product or a little package for them. All right, so sample invite for your virtual party group. Okay, so this is one that I actually shared with an old contact, and we connected just before the holidays for a virtual tea, right? So here it is. Let me read it to you. You guys can see it, snap a picture so you can utilize it. Hi, Lisa. Happy New Year. It was so great to chat with you before the holidays. Now that the holidays are over and the new year is finally here, a group of us are working on kicking the sugar and carb cravings, improving our energy, and jumpstarting our health in 2021, and with a focus on health. I thought of you. You had mentioned how you wanted to focus on you and getting back on track this year with your health. I'm hosting a 30-minute virtual reset party, insert the date, to educate on the 5-day reset program and share all the details about our next reset group. I would love to add you to the guest list. All guests who RSVP will receive a little swag to enjoy during the virtual reset party. I will just need your I'm in to ensure you receive your party swag bag before the event. How does that sound? So try that out, everybody. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this little swag bag. Now, when we talk about invites, we can always text, we can always pick up the phone or send a voice memo. I love them. I've been using them for a little while now. And again, just so people can really connect and hear your voice and really feel the energy and the posture behind the invite. All right, virtual reset party groups. They always begin 3 to 4 days prior to the party, okay? So for example, if I'm hosting a party on Thursday, the group is running today. It started today. People are already invited to it. The welcome post is up, it's pinned, and I've already posted. So be strategic with your group description. Write something that makes guests feel welcome and excited. And then if someone is hosting it for you, write something personable about that host. Personalize your posts, make the reset party represent you or your customers, again, who's hosting it, be genuine. Example, can't wait for you to drop in and learn over the next 4 days. Again, welcome post, I mentioned that already. Have a host, a customer who may be hosting it to go live. If they're courageous enough to go live with you or on their own, to welcome their friends and let them know why they're invited to this reset party and why they thought of them. Don't post too much about the actual reset kit before the virtual reset party. You don't want to give too much away. You want to keep it exciting. You want to share the benefits, recipe ideas, and previous testimonies, maybe some pictures of previous resetters, and post them. Now, you're going to post or go live about 4 to 5 times a day or week. It really depends. I'm going to be honest. That was supposed to be a day/week, okay? 4 to 5 times prior to the party. So little typo there. 4 to 5 times prior to the party, and share with them, again, resets, testimonies, benefits, not too much about the reset kit. If you want to do it 4 to 5 times a day, you can do that too. But I usually posted probably about 4 to 5 times prior to the party, okay? Giveaway at the virtual party for guests who engage or are active on the post, who ask questions, or perhaps throw all guests in a raffle on the day of the live party. Do a raffle for something. Perhaps it's a single serving of Nutrimeal, maybe it's a couple Rev Sticks, maybe it's a couple probiotics, some booster seeds, whatever works for you. Now, let's talk about the swag. So if you are local, if your guests that you're inviting are local, this is super fun. I would encourage you all to pick up a little sachet, a little single serving of whether it's Dutch chocolate or French vanilla and throw it in a little Teflon or a little swag bag, throw it in a bag with a recipe card. So your guests can actually try the recipe out on the virtual reset party, right? And you can talk about it. And maybe you have different recipes in different swag bags, so everyone tries something a little different, okay? So this is something that we love to do. Again, throw in a little swag bag, make it fun and exciting, very similar to the sip and scrubs that we've been doing, okay? All right, so virtual reset party day, here we are. Go live 5 minutes before and welcome people to the party. Always pre-post, prior to the going live on the party, going live in 1 hour, going live in 20 minutes. That's always exciting. Thank you to the host who introduced you to the group, of course. Giveaways for those raffle engagements or people who are on the call. You decide what works for you. Unbox the reset, share each and every product, talk about each day, talk about the reset guide that's in the kit, let them know what they're going to experience. And again, share the benefits of what this program can do for you, and share that, this is phase one. This is the first phase of a 3-phase process, a 3-phase program, because that planting that seed is massive for continuing that client on to the next phase of their health journey, whether it's the Reset Transform, Reset Maintenance program. All right. Share with them when the group will actually start. So pick a start date, usually 7 to 10 days after the actual reset party is closed, which usually is a day after, okay? And make sure that your guests know the start date of that party. Make sure they place their orders. You want to encourage them to place their order, maybe throw a little incentive in there, perhaps free shipping, a free blender bottle, whatever you think is comfortable for you, to get them to place their order ASAP and to join the reset group, the reset challenge. And Lindsay is going to talk to you a little bit about how to take this reset party and now make it the reset group. Take it away, Lindsay.
Thank you so much, Margarita. That was amazing. Hey, y'all. I hope everyone is having a happy new year. I learned so much in that. I've never had hosted a reset party, and I've been, partnering with USANA for 10 years. So I am super excited to try it. I think it's really fun to learn new ways to invite people to take a look. And it's just another way where they don't necessarily have to commit to purchasing the reset first to learn more about it. So I love how you do this, how you make it fun and you get their attention. And I'm really excited to try this out myself. So my name's Lindsay. I live in Atlanta. And before I get started, we're giving y'all some really, like somebody said, meat and potatoes, some practical things to help you host your reset party, to get people interested, and then run your reset challenge or your reset group. You can do this with your teams. You can do this with cross-line members. I do recommend doing it with other people because you can all share your creativity and your ideas and share the workload, and I just think create more energy by doing that. So definitely, if you don't have people engaged on your team, partner up with other people as well and try to run these reset parties and these reset groups. But when I partnered with USANA 10 years ago, my mom reached out to me and she said, Lindsay, I want to try that reset. And y'all, to be honest, I was so skeptical about it. I was like, what is this stuff in a box? Like, why would somebody do that? Well, little did I know that would completely change my mom's life, but also so many thousands of other people's lives because of her testimony. And I would tell people that year, I said, when I started my USANA business, I just wanted to help people. I wanted to make a difference in their lives. And when I saw how much the reset helped my mom, it built my belief so much that I continued to help other people, my dad, her friends, and it just grew and grew. And a lot of my team that I attracted actually started with reset. So this is a great way to introduce people to this amazing product that can first change their lives. And that's what I want y'all to remember in this business, that this is a business about helping other people and helping them reach their goals. And so you may hear what we're saying and you may say, gosh, that sounds like a lot of work, you know, but it's not a lot of work. We're giving them a lot of upfront support, education, information, not so that we can help them reach their goals, because that's the number one thing, is if you help people, you're going to be successful, but two, so that then they will stay and that they will join these groups, and then they'll start inviting people, and then you'll see thousands of lives change, which is ultimately the goal. So that's what this is yes, it's a lot of work and effort up front. But I promise you that if you do this and you give them this extra support, this extra community, you will see massive growth in your business as well, because you're seeing so many lives changed, right? We are not here to just sell a product to somebody. We are here to help them change their lives. And so I'm going to walk you through, now that we've done the party and you've invited people, you can invite people in so many different ways to your reset groups. But I'm going to teach you how to run the group. So we're going to talk about doing a prep week and talk about the reset days. I'm going to give you exactly what I've been posting in my groups so that you can use this as a template for your groups, okay? So again, as you create your Facebook group, and Margarita already went over that, but you want to have your group set up. And then I usually start adding people to the actual reset group. Unless you've done a party, you can just keep those people in there, like she said. But I usually add people the weekend before. So typically we will start a reset on a Monday. And so I would add them Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, somewhere in there. And we've already got the group set up. So we've got, you know, we might have some, and I will do like an album with some shake pictures and recipes, another photo album, maybe of some testimonials, things like that. So the page is already set up, the description is there. On Saturday or Sunday, I typically do Sunday, I will do a welcome post. It looks just like this on the right. Some of you may want to make it different, but I actually like to tell them what to do in the picture, because they actually, I think, see it and they do it. And the purpose of this is to initially create that community. You've got all these people coming in, they don't know each other, and you don't want to just start talking to them. You want to let them start engaging, and you want to get to know, like, where are they from? What do they love? A lot of people will share a picture, and it's amazing how many people want to actually share information about themselves. Some people are shy and they just want to watch, which is fine. But again, this is going to create that initial energy, that initial engagement. And my favorite part about my welcome post question is number 4, which is tell us why you are doing this program and what health goals you hope to achieve during reset. Because if I can find out, even if maybe I didn't invite somebody to the group, I can see, oh, well, this person is looking to achieve this, or this person is looking to achieve this, then we can tailor our group to make sure that we're posting things, we're supporting them to, again, help them reach their goals, which if that's all y'all remember from what I say tonight, then that's great. That's ultimately the goal here. So we also, this is when I'll mention that we're doing giveaways. The reason we like to do giveaways, you can team up with people and y'all can all chip in. It doesn't have to be anything like huge. It could be a box of probiotics, but the reason we like to do giveaways is that we incentivize them to comment. So that's how they get the giveaway, is by commenting on the post each day. And then every day we'll do like a giveaway, and it just creates, again, that energy, which is what we want. And the reason we want that energy is so that they will have fun and they'll have a good experience, and that they will see that they're not the only ones doing it. So I don't think I have the slide. I don't have an arrow. So if you can change the slide, that would be great. And if you want to give it to me, you can. I just don't see the arrow. So prep week. Prep week is going to be, so let's say that you've decided that you're going to start your reset group on January the 18th, which is when I'm doing my next reset group. Okay. So prep week would start January the 11th. It would start the week before on that Monday. And the reason that you're doing prep week is because, one, they're waiting on their products to get there. So you want to use this time, some positive action while they're waiting on their products, instead of them just sitting home waiting and then they show up and now you have to educate them on everything. So the purpose of prep week is to educate them, support them. Again, we're not just selling products. Teaching them about the uniqueness of USANA. There's a lot of amazing things. Why is USANA different? Because ultimately that's what's going to keep them and help them to become loyal customers or join your team, is if they understand, well, why is USANA so unique? What is so special about it? It builds the trust in the products. You teach them how to use the products. So I'm going to give you on the next slide, step by step, exactly what I do for prep week. But it's how to use the products, how you take your probiotics and things like that. Okay, so let's talk about prep week. Day one is typically, and again, you don't have to copy this, verbatim, but you can come up with your own. I think it works pretty well. So day one is understanding the glycemic index. When I learned about understanding how Reset supports your blood sugars and just helps with that, I was like, wow, there's a purpose beyond it. This isn't just like anything else out there. It's not just about weight loss. It's really going to support you. So I love teaching them. And it's not that complicated. So maybe that's not your strong area. Find somebody on your team that really likes talking about macronutrients and how those work, and the carbohydrates and things like that. So what I'll typically do on day one is a video teaching on that. Day two would be how to prep your food for Reset. You could get really creative with this. You could even post like a shopping list for people if you don't want to make a video. I typically do a lot of videos the first week. So how to prep your food would be, I went to actually the one I did this summer. And once you make a video, then you can keep sharing it each time you do Reset. You don't have to remake it every time. But I went to the grocery store and I bought all the things that I would buy if I was doing a Reset. So I bought a lot of vegetables. I bought the Califia almond milk that I love. I wish they would give me bonuses for how many times I sell Califia almond milk. If you haven't tried it, it's amazing. But all the things that I would use for Reset, maybe a little bit of frozen fruit for my shakes, and I displayed it on my counter and then I talked about it. So that would be how to prep your food. Day three, understanding micronutrients and the importance of supplementation. So as much as I love our supplements, I probably prefer talking about the glycemic index. So if I was running running a Reset group with people, I would say, what do you feel confident of speaking on, and let them choose what they want. So I have always had a great leader on my team who loves to talk about the micronutrients. And so she'll do a video that day. But again, we want them to understand, what are these vitamins that I'm taking in my Reset? Because some people will be like, well, can I just take the ones I'm already taking? No, we want you on USANA. So teach them what they're taking. Talk to them. What are the 2 gold ones and the 2, teach them what they're taking. Day 4 is how to make your shakes. There's so many ways you can make your shakes. You could shake them up with water. You could make them in a blender bottle. So we'll do a how to make a shake video, and that's really fun too. How to track your progress, day 5, and then how to take your probiotics. Again, they might see the probiotics and again, they're going to be like, should I just put them in my mouth? Should I put them in, water, whatever? And there's multiple ways you can. So that way you've covered everything. And what you'll notice about prep week is that it's a lot of how-tos, right? Okay, next slide. Thank you. So then we're going to go into the actual Reset week. So now that they're all ready, they're educated, they understand how to do everything. What you're going to notice about Reset week is now you're getting them involved in sharing. So you'll see, share your shake, share your snacks, share your supplements. We're wanting them to actually, in the comments under the post each day, post pictures. Okay, so these are super simple. Y'all can see Alexis here. Reset day 1, post a picture of your shake. And then she just shared a fun picture and shared the recipe that she was doing. You can have them share their recipes below, whatever. So just fun engagement. Day 2, now the reason we started adding day 2, symptoms you may experience, is because I love the term educating your expectations. If somebody tells me that everything's going to be just fine and dandy and then it's not, I'm disappointed, right? But if somebody's like, you know what, you may have a headache on day 2, or you may experience a little bit of gas. It's just the fact. Day 2, your body is adjusting. This is a gentle detox. But when we tell them that up front, and we don't freak them out or anything, it's just like, you may experience this. Then when they do have a headache, they're like, oh my gosh, I hate this Reset. They're like, oh, I expected that I may have that. And so that's what that day is about. You can create a little slide for that. Day 3 is share your snacks. That's super easy too. Like, people like to see like, oh, I didn't think about having that for a snack. So it just gives them ideas. Day 4 is sharing your supplements. And then, so pictures of their supplements they're taking. Also, this reminds them to take them. Day 5 is really important. So as we're ending and closing out the Reset, we're not really done, right? It's not like, oh, we're done, it's over. We want them to continue. So their goals may be, they might need to lose 30 pounds. They might need to they just might have some habits that they really haven't changed yet. And they might need to go into the transform phase. So what we'll do is we'll educate them on the next phases on day 5. And so that they can continue. And I think that's really important again. And then day 6 is the share your testimony. You can go to the next slide. Thank you. So share your testimony. I started doing this one in the past few years. And the reason is it gives people the opportunity to share their success story. Okay, so they've just been through reset. They have probably, worked really hard, been really excited about it. And it gives them the opportunity to say, look, this is what happened to me. This is how I felt. It also builds belief for the other people in the group to see that they're not the only ones that had success. Wow, look at all these other people. Because again, if they're going to continue on USANA, if they're going to join your team, they've got to have that trust and belief. And then 3, they're more likely to want to share reset with others. So again, they might want to host a party for you next time with their friends because they're like, wow, it didn't just work for me, it worked for all these other people too. And then, it also, this is the other thing. So you may have people that have just joined your team. Maybe they've never done reset before. And so it builds their belief because they're in your group and they're watching, and maybe they only got 1 customer to join this reset group, but now they're like, wow, look at all these people having success. And you'll be amazed at how many people have success on reset. It is just an amazing product. So again, testimonies are going to help you promote the next group. So when I receive testimonies from my groups, I save those. I might screenshot them, and then I'll use those to then promote the next reset group. Again, as long as they're compliant. We have some compliance things that you want to make sure that you follow. So we're not promising people things, but sharing your testimony is, again, really important. I made that image on Canva. It's just an app you can use. I literally was in the car. I wasn't driving, somebody else was driving, but I was like, oh no, I need to make this picture. And so it was really easy. And again, we gave them some extra entries for doing that. You can go to the next slide, and then I'm going to wrap it up. And then finally, after reset, I think it's really important that you educate on the importance of auto order. Remind them that they're going to receive free shipping. They're going to get that extra 10% off, so 20% total. There is no reason that somebody should not be on auto order if they enjoy saving money, which I think most people do. And it's that convenience of getting it. Also ask for referrals. And Margarita did a great job teaching us about that. I always call it planting the seed. Okay. So don't be afraid to just ask, right? The answer may be no, not now, but you've planted a seed in their mind that they may be talking to a friend the following week or a month later, or a family member, and that family member might be like, you know what, I am struggling so much with this. And they go, oh, I remember, what about this reset? And so you're planting a seed with them. And then also with your team members, when my clients would do reset, I would always plant a seed with them, and I would say, you know what, I would love for you to partner with me. I'd love for you to join my team. And we've got this system set up. You can plug people into it. And again, they might not say yes right away, but a lot of them came back to me and they were like, gosh, I love this stuff so much. I definitely want to share it with my friends and get my products paid for, or I'm just looking for ways to help people. So these are just some, again, straightforward tips for y'all as you head into the new year. This is a perfect time to reach out to people. If your belief is not super strong in reset, just go for it. Try it, do it. You're gonna love what it can do for people. But take advantage of the promos that they've given us. They're amazing. And the incentives that they've given us as associates, because y'all can see a huge growth in your business. And like I said before, help people. And the final thing I'll leave you with is the question I always ask people when they ask me, they say, what is reset? Before I give them information about reset, I turn the question back on them and I'm like, can you first tell me, what are your health goals? What are you trying to achieve? Because I want to hear from them first, because if I can find out what their health goal is, then I can explain reset in a way that will actually help them. Because yes, it's the same for everybody, but everybody has unique goals. And so you can tailor that to them. So hopefully this was helpful for y'all. Thank you for listening. And I'll turn it back over to Tracy, I think. I don't know.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. I know, that was good. I'm like, I'm right here. Lindsay, thank you so much. Margarita, that was absolutely fantastic. Loved all of your ideas. So how's everyone else feeling about setting up your own success with a reset party or 2 or 3 or 4? I hope you are honestly as pumped as I am just sitting here listening to everything, because I started my reset this morning. There's my little card there, ticking it off. And now I need to join a party or 2 or 3 or 4 too, just to keep me in line. So again, you know what? Pop a 1 in the chat box too if you're totally pumped to get your party planned, if you don't already have it on your schedule. So Lori, are you ready to recap everything, I think, and wrap this call up?
I am. This has been so great to have all of you join us. I know that you were very grateful for the training that Lindsay and Margarita provided each of you, and you can see exactly how it fits into Elevate. So I'm going to recap everything that you have to work with right now in order to help you and your teams achieve Elevate and join us in the Mayan Riviera. So our special reset promotion, remember, is going from January 4th to January 8th. And that's where customers can buy 1 reset and get another at 50% off. That's a great deal. You know, tuck it away for a rainy day or share it with a friend, but get that information out there and get your groups going as Lindsay and Margarita taught you. NutriMeal Duos with a free blender bottle, that runs from January 4th until the 22nd. And we want to make sure that from that reset, buy 1, get 1, they can start right into the NutriMeal and have great success with creating lifelong healthy habits. We don't want them to just do 5 days and move forward. We want them to do 5 days and then continue forward with a NutriMeal every single day. So, and the best part is the incentive that is created just for you. So the reset sales incentive, where we will be rewarding our top food sales weekly from January 4th until January 22nd with gym bags, earning business building kits, $500 Visa cards, and who is excited about that Peloton bike? You know, our president is a big fan of Peloton, and I know that he has been able to get his miles in on his Peloton during COVID. So check your email and the associate community pages for more details. We're just really excited to be able to support you and your teams, as well as new customers.